6-month-old Nina learned how to walk on a leash without pulling. Teaching a dog to walk without pulling, we often see a complete breakdown in communication and so much frustration. As a matter of fact, many professional trainers recommend that you do things like use a choke chain, prong collar, or shock collar to discourage your dog from pulling. The only tools you need to teach a dog to do this are your sophisticated human brain and a patient attitude. Dogs have shown us throughout their history that they're highly adaptable to what we as people teach them to do. Do what you can to try and get that initial layer of energy out of them before introducing this concept to them. Dogs are much more receptive to learning once they've gotten rid of some of their energy. If you have a super high energy dog, you should not be relying on walks as your dog's primary form of exercise. Consider getting involved with something like dog sports or taking regular long hikes if possible. Dogs need to get tired and they need to have a proper outlet for that energy. When introducing a concept like this to your dog, it's important to do it indoors in an environment that they're familiar with, like your house. The last thing we want to say to our dogs is, hey, I'm going to teach you something new, and I'm going to ask you to do it in the most distracting environment possible.
Everybody worries about what dogs shouldn't eat, but nobody ever talks about what dogs should eat. And so we kind of build up this thing that, oh, dogs shouldn't eat people food. It's not people food, it's just food. People food goes on your plate and should stay on your plate. But ingredients, they're just ingredients, they're just food. So I try to always help dogs get a better share of actual food. My approach for feeding a dog is to do 50% commercial food and 50% homemade food. With the commercial food, they're going to get all those vitamins and minerals, and that's what keeps a dog's body from failing. And then the other 50% homemade can be almost anything. I like to use eggs as one of my primary sources. A scrambled egg is quick, easy, has everything inside that shell that is necessary to form a baby chick, so it can form a lot of powerful things in your dog's body. And then also that eggshell is really high in calcium. Since calcium is one of those things that dogs need, you can dry them in the oven, powder them up in a food processor or a blender until it's a really fine dust. And that creates an additional source of calcium to meet a dog's high calcium requirement. Lean cuts of pork are really good. Lean cuts of beef heart is really good. I particularly like using things like chicken gizzards and chicken hearts in dog's food because they like it. It's chewy, it's meaty. They're really good sources of protein, and they're